Have you spoken to Danny?
Danny was blindsided by Bill and Haley's affair.
Well, so much for stop by for a cup of coffee.
It warms my heart to see this beautiful family. I am so proud of every one of you.
Does my legacy ever feel like a burden?
It's a lot to live up to.
Now you need to remember who you are. A Dupree woman. Find your inner strength.
Here's a BTG rewind and find out what's about to happen in the week ahead. The Beyond the Gate Spoilers weekly update for December 22nd to 26th features a look at the week ahead, which includes Leslie spilling the tea about what she thinks is going on between Vernon and Sharon. As a result, that secret is set to explode over what's suddenly an even more important holiday season thanks to Anita's devastating diagnosis. Also, Haley storms out on Bill. She must be tired of playing second fiddle to the Duprees. We also hit rewind on the week that was. While having coffee with Nicole, Daphnee Duplaix, who recently teased her character's love triangle, Anita, Tamara Tunie, received a call from her doctor that left her shaken. They found something during her mammogram, and they needed to biopsy it. So she had the procedure and made sure that the doctor knew that she didn't want her family to know. And now she had to wait for the results. Haley, Mokita Goings, ran into Bill's new client at the firm, and it turned out they shared a past. Her name was Lynette Wise, Dominique Madison, and the two used to partner up on their cons back in the day. Meanwhile, Joey, John Lindstrom, showed up at Bill's office and suggested that he should run for Congress against Martin Richardson, Brandon Claiborne. Joey's worried about a bill coming up that may make what he does harder to do. And that bill would be easier to eliminate if Bill were in office. He even offered to help bankroll the campaign. Bill didn't take it too seriously. Finally, Vernon, Clifton Davis, sought Andre's help with Anita's gift, restoring an old photo from the beginning of their relationship. Tuesday, December 16th, episode number 191. Anita continued keeping the secret about her biopsy from her family. Instead, she spent time reminiscing about the past with Vernon and figuring out the Dupree Christmas schedule with Danny, Karla Mosley. Cryptically, however, she asked Danny that if anything happened at her, that she wanted Danny to take care of Vernon. This got Danny worried. Haley met up with Lynette at Uptown, where they reminisced about their shared past as con artists. Lynette called Haley by her real name, Val. Haley told her never to call her that name. So far, it appeared that Lynette wouldn't blow the whistle on what Haley was doing with Bill, Time and Kyle duet. Vanessa, Lauren Buglioli, and Joey hashed out their issues, and Vanessa explained her perspective. That she knew what she wanted, and that was Joey. Vanessa and Joey reaffirmed their relationship. At Orphe Jeans, Kat, Colby Mohammed, and Thomas, Alex Alegria, disagreed about what's best for his future. Thomas is on the partner track, and he will now take on a bigger responsibility, one he doesn't have a lot of experience in, criminal law. Kat worried that Thomas would have to compromise himself and his morals working for someone like Bill. Finally, Danny caught Chelsea, Ronnie Rose Mantilla, sneaking around her house looking for her Christmas presents. Leslie, Trisha Mangrant, called on Naomi, Ariel Prepetty, for help with a new endeavor, the free clinic that Samantha, Nadja Jackson, first pitched to Eva, Amber Michelle. However, Leslie made sure to shut the teen out of the picture so she would be the one to get all the credit. Samantha invited June, Jasmine Burke, to help her family trim their Christmas tree. June didn't want to impose, feeling she wasn't a part of the family. Samantha begged to differ. Ted, Keith D. Robinson, met with Eva and invited her as well. Eva was happy to go, but also didn't want to go head-to-head with Kat. Ted expressed how much he wanted her there. Elsewhere, Isaiah, David Lamy Freeb, listened to Jacob, Jaiba Horges, and Eva and headed over to the precinct, where he told his dad he would come for Christmas. The eggnog part of the celebration, anyway. Carlton, Robert Christopher Riley, set up an elaborate picnic in Nicole's house, where the two decided to get to know each other all over again. They also ate, drank wine, danced, and kissed. Ted, on the other hand, gave Shanice, Ernestine Johnson, a bird-related gift, which she was reluctant to accept. After all, Ted was aware of her bird phobia. Thursday, December 18th, Episode number 193. Leslie called out Marcel, Daryl W. Handy, for his deception. She didn't waste time on making him aware that she knew that he was paid to stick close to her at Winterfest. Marcel was eager to get to know Leslie better. Leslie was on the same page. However, she told him that it couldn't be anything serious. After all, she was into Ted, and that was the ultimate man for her. At the country club, Danny and Bill came to a new understanding as they reminisced about their past. Danny made Bill realize that she and Andre, Sean Freeman, were the real deal. They also discussed the Christmas presents Bill had gotten for their daughters. And Bill told Danny that he lined up a meeting with Chelsea and a buyer from Fenmore's, Lauren Fenmore's company. In fact, he once worked with her husband, Michael Baldwin of Genoa City. Anita helped Andre open up about losing his family and what that meant at the holidays. He told her he often felt like an outsider during this time of the year. Anita essentially told Andre that his parents would be proud of the man he had become and welcomed him into the Dupree family. Randy, Maurice P. Kerry, caught up with Lynette, which left him and Haley with more questions than answers. Was she still running a con, or was she on the up and up? Friday, December 19th, episode number 194. When Sharon, Bonita Brisker, and Tracy, Maria Howell, arrived at the Dupree mansion, it was clear that Anita had finally confided in someone about her biopsy and the fact that she was awaiting the results. The articulates were there for her. Tracy shared her own experience of having to wait for results. In her case, she was given the all clear. Vernon and Andre met up at the country club. Andre showed Vernon the retouched photo, and Vernon was impressed. Vernon warned Andre about Bill, and Andre said he had it handled. Much like Anita did earlier in the week, Vernon welcomed Andre into the family. Leslie visited Peaches, Michele, at the hospital, where the two bonded, and Leslie kept Peaches company, managing to clash with Shanice a little bit. Later, Leslie ran into Ted. She dropped a major Dupree revelation on him. She spilled the tea about Vernon's so-called affair with one of the articulates, and it wasn't Anita. Danny and Nicole had their own bonding moment at Uptown. At one point, their conversation veered towards Nicole's love life. Danny learned about her sister's date with Carlton. Although she wasn't happy until she heard the steamier details of the date. Nicole admitted to initiating the kiss with Carlton. At the end of the episode, Anita was at the hospital. Her doctor informed her that the biopsy results were in, and she does have breast cancer. Leslie explains her earth-shattering news about Vernon to Ted. Anita struggles to process devastating information. Danny and Martin host competing tree-trimming parties. June reunites with her sister. Naomi is furious with Jacob. Tuesday, December 23rd. Episode number 196. Nicole hears something from her ex that she can't quite comprehend. Anita and Vernon have a candid conversation that leaves them both rocked. Haley storms out on Bill. Vanessa confesses the truth about her relationship with Doug to Donnell, Alex cheeks. Wednesday, December 24th. Episode number 197. Danny and Andre celebrate their first Christmas together. Vernon and Sharon's secret is exposed in front of all of the Duprees.